Ija stood frozen in disbelief as she took in her surroundings. She was lying in a bed that was all too familiar, her ex-boyfriend Brian's apartment. Panic surged through her veins as the events of the previous night started to trickle back into her consciousness. The bachelorette party had started out innocently enough, with laughter, dancing, and heartfelt toasts from her closest friends. But as the night wore on and the drinks flowed freely, Ija found herself swept up in the excitement, reveling in the last moments of her single life. Then, in a blur of flashing lights and pounding music, she remembered encountering two women who seemed determined to lead her astray. Despite her best efforts to resist their advances, Ija's senses were dulled by alcohol, and before she knew it, she had succumbed to their persuasions. In a desperate attempt to escape their clutches, Ija had reached for her phone, dialing the first number that came to mind in her intoxicated state. And now, here she was, waking up in her ex's bed on the eve of her wedding. Brian's voice cut through the haze of confusion as he entered the room, his expression a mix of concern and relief. He explained how he had found her unconscious on his doorstep, her phone clutched tightly in her hand. Without a second thought, he had carried her inside, tucking her into bed and watching over her throughout the night. As Ija listened to his words, she couldn't help but feel a surge of gratitude towards him. Despite the pain and heartache that had once consumed their relationship, Brian had shown her nothing but kindness and compassion in her hour of need. But even as she thanked him for his help, Ija knew that she couldn't stay any longer. The weight of her impending wedding hung heavy in the air, a reminder of the commitments she had made to another man. With a heavy heart, she bid Brian farewell, promising to repay his kindness someday. And as she stepped out into the cool morning air, she couldn't shake the feeling that her encounter with her ex had served as a sobering reminder of the choices she had made and the consequences they carried. As she made her way home, Ija resolved to face her fiancé and confess the truth about her wild night out. And though she knew that the road ahead would be fraught with challenges and uncertainties, she also knew that she had the strength and resilience to weather whatever storms may come her way. For in the end, it wasn't the mistakes we made that defined us, but rather the way we chose to confront them and the lessons we learned along the way. And as Ija looked towards the future with newfound determination, she knew that she was ready to face whatever came her way, armed with the knowledge that even in our darkest moments, there was always a glimmer of hope waiting to light the way,